Well, here we have a very basic little cassette recorder here from the very early 70s from Philips. It's a Philips N2221 mono cassette recorder, and this is a very basic model indeed. There isn't even a built-in microphone or a tone control or anything else for that matter. All you've got is a tape recorder and a volume control over here, and you've got sockets on the side for a microphone or external source, and I've got one here connected up. Now, I have actually made a test recording on this, and I wasn't expecting it to sound very good, to be honest, but it came out very well with the external microphone. The level control is automatic. You can't control it yourself because, as I say, there is no other controls on here. This is a very, very basic machine. I've had to do the usual for a Philips. I've changed the belts. There's only two belts in here, the main drive belt and a slightly smaller belt that does the fast forward and rewind. And I've done my usual trick. The belt for rewind and fast forward is actually an O-ring. Much cheaper to fit those than actually trying to get hold of belts that small. They're quite expensive to buy if you try to get belts that size for some reason. I don't know why. And even the main drive belt in here is a round section belt, but it's not an O-ring, just happened to be one that I had, and it seems to work very well. So I've changed the belts and changed the the play head. This is the original, and it's one of the very first type of heads Philips used in their equipment, and this one is a very, very well worn head, so it would definitely not have a very good sound on it. I did try it with this head and you could tell it had a lot of use, so I've fitted a long life head to this deck, a long life mono head of course, and the sound is absolutely fine, loud and clear. I happen to have one that come from a deck I scrapped yesterday. I had to scrap another Philips deck because of a faulty drive gear. Not one I can replace. I haven't got any here, and even if I did, it would probably be exactly the same. You know, it'd be worn out, and the plastic Philips used wasn't very good, and the teeth break off, and then that means that gear is no good. So anyway, the long life head has come from that, so not everything was wasted from that deck. And I've actually got the speaker over here from the deck I broke up. So anyway, without any further ado, this won't sound fantastic of course because it's only got a very small speaker here, but here's a brief demonstration for you. there you go. And the other thing I had to do was put a little bit of spray into this volume control here. It wasn't crackly, but it was a bit stiff, so I've put a bit of switch cleaner in there, and that's helped that. The other thing this deck does have, which a lot of the old Philips equipment had, if you're not that keen on the sound coming from the built-in speaker, you have on the back got a 2-pin DIN socket where you can plug in an external speaker, which I've not actually tried, so let's give that a go. Probably find it doesn't work. Well, it does work with an external speaker. It doesn't sound fantastically good because this obviously hasn't got a very powerful amp for powering a great big speaker like that, and of course you've got no tone controls, so really there was too much top end and no bass there, but it does work. I even found an old Philips tape to play in it, seemed fitting to use that in there, and I shall also demonstrate the recording side whilst we're here. Now the handy thing to do if you've got a microphone with the remote control setting is switch off on the microphone, press record and start, and then release the switch and it starts the machine going. This is a test recording on the Philips N2221 mono cassette recorder from the early 70s. A very basic machine with automatic level control, no manual control on this one. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear, and hopefully this recording has come out. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. And again, the handy thing, I can turn it off on the microphone, so don't get too much button clicking on the recording. Of course I need to remember to turn it back on. Rewind and fast forward on these, you have to press and hold. This has got the very old fashioned mechanism that actually dates back from things like the EL3302 and EL3301 cassette recorder from the early 60s. So yeah, very old fashioned this. This is a test recording on the Philips N2221 mono cassette recorder from the early 70s. A very basic machine with automatic level control, no manual control on this one. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear, and hopefully this recording has come out. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. As you can hear, it records very well, and it actually records speech very well indeed, which is of course what these sort of machines were really designed for. Especially this one. I think this was designed more as a dictation machine than for playing music, and you know, you can certainly hear that that was the advantage of this machine, not really for playing music as such, but for dictation, because it records ever so well through a microphone. And this particular microphone is probably very much what would have come with it. I've had this microphone for a while, but this is the same age as that machine and what should be used for it. So yeah, that's come out very well indeed. I did a few test recordings earlier and they came out very well. I haven't yet actually cleaned the machine up. This is very much as it came to me. It's pretty grubby and the speaker grill's got a lot of dirt in it, but I tend to use antiseptic wipes and a little crevice tool thing I've got, which is actually meant for cleaning electric shavers. And I use that to clean in the difficult to get areas, but yeah, I haven't done that yet. But the main thing is that it's working very well indeed. So that's another one repaired, and I have a very similar machine to repair tomorrow, but that's for another day. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now.